Hi, my name is Kush. I'm a senior here at Hopkins, majoring in chemistry. Today I'll be sharing my journey into chemistry and talking about my research here at the Thoi lab. High school is where my love for science developed. I always enjoyed science classes the most, and learning how the world around me worked was fascinating. High school, I even started a science bowl club, which was essentially a science quiz competition, where we would compete with other schools in the state answering science questions for points, in hopes of qualifying for the National Science Bowl. I would lead practices during lunch periods where we would go over high-yield topics and answer questions. We rapidly improved throughout the years as we slowly got better. I also really enjoyed my AP chemistry class. The content always seemed intriguing and natural to me. I remember enjoying learning about the periodic table and all the trends, as it tied everything together so beautifully and made so much sense. I came into college as a chemistry major. In my freshman year, I took organic chemistry, which is carbon-based chemistry, and has important applications in pharmaceuticals, for example. I really enjoyed the class, specifically synthesis, which involves coming up with ways to create different products. It felt like a puzzle to me. How do I get from this reactant to this product? What's the fastest way to get from this molecule to the next? Enjoying organic chemistry, I decided to keep with the chemistry major. My first semester at Hopkins was completely virtual due to COVID. I didn't really know many people at Hopkins and wanted to get more involved, so I thought that research might be a good avenue to do so. One of the main reasons I came to Hopkins in the first place was the incredible access to research. And with extra time on my hands, I started looking for research opportunities. From my research, I discovered the Toy Lab. I went through the website and found the research fascinating. The fact that I would be able to work with batteries seemed so cool, as batteries have been popular in the media recently, with electrical vehicles and finding alternatives for energy storage. The current batteries on the market, lithium-ion batteries, prove to be environmentally costly, as mining for cobalt, a metal used in lithium-ion batteries, is very labor-intensive, very resource-demanding, and exposes the miners to toxins. Lithium-sulfur batteries, on the other hand, are a lot more environmentally friendly, as sulfur is more abundant and far cheaper. It's even considered a waste product in many industries. Lithium-sulfur batteries also have greater capacity and energy density, meaning that they can perform better and last longer. The Torres Lab's focus on researching better and more sustainable alternatives for energy storage intrigued me. I love the idea of working to tackle such a critical and relevant issue in today's world. My research has shifted a lot throughout my time in the lab. Due to COVID, I first started virtually and then was doing more computational research. And then as undergraduates were slowly allowed back into the in-person labs, I began to expand on different projects, ultimately focusing on my current one. Lithium-sulfur batteries are great for applications in space and electrical vehicles. However, these applications require performance of these batteries at low temperatures. At lower temperatures, lithium-sulfur batteries start to perform worse and become less efficient. This is mainly due to a phenomenon called lithium polysulfide clustering, which is depicted in the figure below. So these are basically chains of sulfur and lithium atoms. The yellow represents the sulfur and the gray represents the lithium. As you can see, at lower temperatures, these molecules start to cluster up, and this clustering reduces the battery's efficiency and its performance. These clusters are held together by the positive and negative interactions between the positively charged lithium atom and the negatively charged sulfur atom. Positive attracts negative, and this holds the cluster together. So, we have to find a way to break these clusters up. We can do so by introducing another negative charge. I can then move across and break this bond by interacting with the positively charged lithium. This creates a new bond between this new negative charge and the positive lithium, breaking the lithium-sulfur bond. This is exactly what we observe in real life. These negative charges can come in and break these clusters up. Our lab uses MOFs, which are metal organic frameworks. These are highly porous materials with a high surface area. You combine an organic linker, which is just some sort of molecule, with some sort of metal, like nickel or zirconium. Then it creates a 1D, 2D, or 3D structure. Depending on what the linker and what the metal nodes you use, you can get a variety of different shapes and orientations. In my research, I add this negative charge into the pores of my metal organic framework, and our hope is that we can use this charge to break up the clusters by interfering with those electrostatic interactions between the positive lithium and the negative sulfur. Instead of putting that negative charge into a solution, we can incorporate it directly into our framework. So my research involves making these molecules, characterizing them, and then exploring their applications. I had no idea I wanted to be a chemistry major in high school or even going into college. As you guys begin your study of science, I would recommend exploring your passions and interests. Try a variety of things and keep learning. That's what research is all about. Maybe you're like most people and find that you dislike chemistry, or maybe you're a part of the few that find it interesting. Whatever it may be, pursue your passions and see where it takes you. I plan to go to medical school and aim to become a doctor. Though I won't be doing chemistry research specifically, I anticipate participating in various medical research opportunities in the future. I have learned a lot of valuable skills during my time in the lab that I will carry forward. For example, I have learned how to effectively communicate my research to both my peers in the chemistry field and to outsiders. Explaining detailed and complicated information about your work to people outside your field, like patients for example, is critical in many jobs. Furthermore, I have come to realize that research isn't as simple or straightforward as it may seem. I had to adjust and modify my research quite a bit throughout the years, changing directions many times. And honestly, with every complex problem, there will be hurdles and challenges to navigate. But learning to adapt and adjust has been one of the most valuable parts of the experience for me.